Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, man. September 28th is going down. Make sure y'all niggas there. But L, tell these niggas what we just saw.
Which one?
Oh my God, dog it, my God, thank you, Jesus.
Heaven on the hill, baby.
Heaven on the hill, that's a great one. Hashtag heaven on the hill, dog. You only get that in
sunny sunshine, LA.
Yeah, in LA, baby. It's 72 degrees out here, and these ladies out here getting ready for Friday night for a shiggy show.
Man.
But yeah, you said something in the last video that shocked the shit out of me, and I was like, really? Wow. But anyways, you said Mikey Garcia can beat Shawn Porter, and go ahead.
I truly believe that if Mikey was a full-fledged welterweight, given that circumstance, I believe that he would beat Shawn Porter. Basically, like I always say, and I mentioned it in that clip, the person that can do more things in the ring is usually the guy who gonna pull out the victory.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as boxing IQ is concerned, Mikey Garcia boxing IQ is higher than Shawn Porter. The things that I've seen him display in the ring, he would just be at a size advantage. A size disadvantage, Mikey Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only advantage that Shawn Porter would have against Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, he knows how to fight at all distances.
Mm.
I've yet to see that with Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter can fight at really just one distance.
Mm-hmm.
He can box a little bit, but he doesn't do it for long stretches of the fight to be consistent at it during the duration of a fight. Or if that's his clear advantage, I don't think that registers to him that he'll be able to effectively, do that for 6 rounds or whatever amount of time that he needs to do it. But he does do it well when he pulls it out. But Mikey Garcia, to me, he's a more complete fighter than Shawn Porter. So like I said, if the situation, presented itself to where Mikey could be a full-fledged welter and actually be strong and effective there.
How long would it take for Mikey to become a full-fledged welterweight?
Well, I at this point, I don't think that how old is Mikey Garcia? 32?
Probably there.
About 30. Mm-hmm. He's probably in his prime right now. I don't really see him ever being a full-fledged welterweight. And if he was to be a full-fledged welterweight, it would be later in his years where he just can't make 135 no more, to where his body, he'll just be cutting too much into his muscle mass. And at that point, he'll be over the hill, or he won't be in his prime. Like right now, he's in his prime, and I think he probably just better at 135. Maybe even 140.
140. So he'll never be a 147 pounder. But you just
he may move up to 147 again, but he won't be prime time Mikey Garcia at 147 because his body just won't be at his strongest at 147 right now while he's in his prime. He'll have to, a lot of times fighters, they'll move up to those higher weight classes when their body just can't. It's just too much stress on the training camp and too much stress on their body for them to fight at a smaller weight and be more competitive at that weight. So they just move up.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that you're going to see the best version of that guy.
Gotcha.
Like Mikey Garcia, his best version of himself is at 135, 140. Like him at 135, he was awesome. You get what I'm saying? So that Mikey Garcia at 147, that awesome 135 Mikey Garcia at 147, that same guy, he beat Shawn Porter. And he makes it a hell of a more of a closer fight with Errol Spence. He's not gonna beat Errol Spence, but he make it a lot closer fight, more competitive. It won't be a competitive blowout. He might win over a judge. You get what I'm saying? One judge, it'll still be a split decision, at best, but he might win over one judge. You know what I mean?
So next year, this time, maybe Mikey Garcia, if he's training and active, can be competitive with welterweights.
Some of them he can beat some welterweights right now. But to be able to fight with the top tier guys, it'll pose more of a challenge. I think he actually fights a better fight with
Errol Spence?
Terence Crawford right now at 147, or even if
Really?
yeah, I think he has a much better outing against Terence Crawford than Errol Spence, because they're closer in size. And then only thing is, Mikey will get more confident. He'll get more confident
As he fights at 47, he's gonna get way more confident.
Right, and then in the fight with Terence Crawford, he might put himself in positions to be touched more, but I think he'll be engaged and he'll actually be touching Terence Crawford, a little bit too. I'm not saying he beats Terence Crawford, but he'll give Terence Crawford a much better fight than he would give that he gave Errol Spence.
Wow.
Yeah, man, Mikey Garcia is the truth, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's a hell of a fighter.
Man,
hell of a fighter.
He's an elite guy, man.
And I respect him too.
He's an elite guy in the boxing game. Like a lot of times, guys like himself don't get a lot of credit. You know what I mean? Because he's kind of quiet. He don't. His brother does more talking than he does.
We still going at it.
That's my homeboy, man. His name Fred too.
Oh, really? Oh, that's the one you was like. That's the one you was texting me for the fight. You was like, I text Fred, but I text the wrong one. Yeah.
Fred too, man.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man. So 10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. next Saturday, the 28th, before the day of the fight. We're still recording, so make sure you say it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to add to that fight,
and
that is you gotta make sure that you understand that Shawn Porter and his dad both have worked with Errol Spence when they were amateurs. And I know people don't put a lot of credence in that, but hey, they do have some knowledge, so they got things to work with.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, take it easy.
All right.
I'll talk to you. I see you Saturday.
Yeah, Sad. Tell you that motherfucker know his boxing. Man, we done fucked up hundreds of workouts at 24 Hour Fitness. Talking about, because he knows I cover boxing. When I come back on Monday, he always like, Fred, you see the fight? Yeah, nigga, I was at the fight. Yo, you know what I mean? But that's just an introduction question. Fred, you see the fight? You know what I mean? And great father, man. He works out with his whole entire family at 24 Hour Fitness. You know what I mean? You see them all in the gym together and shit. Yeah, all his sons, his wife, all that good stuff. So, but anyways, you were talking about Mike Garcia.
Yeah, and, he don't get a lot of credit a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because he's not really a bashful both. He's not really in front of the camera a lot. You know what I mean? As far as as far as I see, he's not one of those kind of guys who like to boast. And he maybe you call it not selling himself enough, but his fists do the talking in my eyes. And he does pretty damn good at it. And from a couple of guys that I know that actually sparred him, some bigger guys, man, they say Mikey pack a good punch. You know what I mean? Like,
and he knows how to throw it.
Yeah, he pack a good punch.
He got timing. His timing is down.
His brother put a lot into him, man. Building
For sure.
him. Like, his brother put a lot into him, building him, man. And he did a good job, man.
It's the same way with LeBron James' son. He grew up watching basketball, being around basketball players, sleeping in the gym, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the gym. Same thing with Mikey and the Garcias. The whole family's in the gym.
Right.
Fernando Vargas, Brandon Rios, all them niggas in the gym all the time.
He's seen all
that. He lived it.
And he was actually, I've heard some cats that was in the Rios camp before, and that was in Garcia, because they would spar each other. And I heard that they would be going at it, man. And then I've heard sometimes that Mikey got the best of Brandon Rios at times.
Sure.
I heard it is like,
and that was a prime Brandon Rios back then.
Exactly.
Brandon Bam Bam, he was Bam Bam back then. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I know some guys that done told me they sparred with him, and like, man, he packed a good punch for a size. You know what I mean? So, and then these credible guys, like, so I know, he a good fighter, great. He's an elite fighter, man. He's an elite fighter. Definitely he would be. I don't really follow pound for pound listings because it's a lot of politics that go into that. But I would put him on a pound for pound, and my pound for pound.
Top 10 somewhere.
That's how good he is in my eyes. Like, just straight raw boxing ability. Mikey Garcia is that dude, man. Definitely. But yeah, that pretty much sums my opinion up about that.
Wow. Okay. I think Shawn is just too man for him. You know what I mean? Like, he'll absorb him. You know what I mean? and just not overwhelm him to the point where he does a Paulie Malignaggi, but overwhelms him where he's reluctant to get off 2s and 3s and 4s.
But that's I'm speaking in
if they were equal in weight.
Pound for pound. Let's just say pound for pound.
Okay, that's a good answer.
We're gonna say pound for pound. Mikey Garcia is a better fighter than Shawn Porter.
Yeah.
Pound
That's an
pound.
easy disclaimer to get away with, though.
Pound for pound.
Yeah, obviously, because he's a 4-division world champion.
You know, pound for pound.
He's a 4-division world champion.
If he was a full-fledged welter in his prime, he beats Shawn Porter.
But they're around the same age, a little bit younger. Shawn is about to be stepping out of his prime in a little bit. You know, this might be Shawn's last prime fight. You know, because
depending on how the result of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he takes, he would probably be better off getting knocked out. Because if he take a
wait. That's a whole nother video, dog. We giving us too much content, nigga. You about to be hot as fish grease, nigga. All right, so L_Supreme. We gonna talk about another video right now because this nigga going off. All right, peace.